What's up, guys? Oh my god, I literally start every video off with "What's up, guys?" So, so today's video is really different. It's something I've never really done before. Uh, so my boy, young Huddy Hudson Moore, just made. I think well, he makes music. I think he just made like the best like section of music he's ever made. If that makes sense. It's like usually when he drops an album, he'll do like two singles or an EP and then an album. He just made it was a single, an album, and then an EP. And it's all my favorite music he's ever made. I'm proud of him. I think he did great. I loved it all. I think he worked really hard on it. It's really real. So I just thought, I'd make a little documentary about him to kind of show appreciation. There's a little problem trying to edit this. It took so long to edit, and there's so much stuff that tried to go into it. Literally editing it, like my phone was overheating, and there's just a lot of stuff going on. There was lots of footage that I had from interviews and reactions. I couldn't put any of the reactions in. It was just so much. The video would have been so long. So I was like, you know what? I'm just going to make it nice and sweet and short. Also, since this is something new that I've never done before, it's not like the regular vlogs we see every week. On Saturday night at 7:45, I'm going to be dropping a vlog. It's going to be insane. I love it. I think it's my favorite vlog yet, like just a regular vlog, because there's 2 or 3 pranks in the vlog, and there's just like us messing around and having fun. So it's gonna be one of my favorites. It's long too. It's like 10, 15 minutes. It's a long vlog. But anyways, hope you guys enjoy this documentary style video. Never really done it before. 3 words that I would use to describe Young Huddy's music would be emotional, touching, and real. When interviewing young Huddy, I started off with a very important question of how would he describe himself as an artist?
I think I'd describe myself as like a more melodic style of artist. So like someone you go to for like late night drives and kind of stuff. But sometimes you can get turned up off my stuff.
Then the next question I asked him was who had inspired him to do music, and the answer was kind of crazy.
Okay, this is gonna sound crazy, but 4th grade, I wanted to be like a YouTuber, and I was a big Paul fan. And he dropped It's Day, Bro, and that's when I started like, shoot, I should do that.
It's every day, bro, with the Disney Channel flow. 5 mil on YouTube in 6 months, never done
Roy, Trippy, Drake, obviously, that's like everyone's inspiration.
Yeah.
And Don Tall, big one.
So you just dropped your album and your EP. What has been your favorite, album or song or project you've done?
I don't know if I have like a favorite album, but the most fun one to record and make was probably 16 because it was like the most personal one to me.
Mm-hmm.
But song-wise, probably 6 a.m. in Atlanta.
Oh, you did that one with your brother, right?
Yeah.
Was it like you were in the studio doing it back and forth, or how did that work?
Well, I just recorded my part, and then I wrote his stuff, and then I let him record his part.
Huddy then goes on to say that recording 6 a.m. in Atlanta was probably his favorite song to record.
That was it.
Yeah, because like doing something you're passionate about with someone you look up to, it's just great things.
What was the process like making an album or an EP? Like, how do you start? How do you finish it? What is the little details behind the scene that no one sees?
It's a lot, honestly. Like finding beats, making beats, recording and mixing and all that takes time, but it all comes out worth it. But yeah, usually takes around like 4 to 6 months.
Wow.
Sometimes longer, depending on the length or type of album.
I then asked him the $1 million question of what is the real meaning behind this album?
It's basically like what my perspective is on being like what it's going to be like to be 16. Like it's going to be a lot of heartbreak, a lot of confusion and freedom.
Let's be honest here. Were there any tears wept in that recording room? Because I know there were some while listening to some viewers.
Yeah, there were. Especially on Heartbreak Hotel. Like there was one part where I was like, I said something and then I listened to it back and I was like, dang, bro. Like, yeah. I'm really sad.
I then ended off this interview by asking Huddy what his advice he would give to someone who's starting. And, he's been in these people's shoes who want to start music.
If you ever, like, I guess, this will be hard to like explain, kind of.
Mhm.
But like if you're starting something and you don't like how it sounds, just keep going with it, and you might generate ideas off of that, and then just keep going with it.
Filmed a vlog with my boy, young Huddy Hudson, and I was like, you know what? For the end of this documentary thing I've been working on, I'm gonna make a little like just me talking about what I've noticed as him as an artist, like just being with him. He's been one of my really good friends for a while, but we never really like hung out for just like 2 days. It was like a day and a half. It was like a day and a half straight. It was like Saturday at like 9 a.m. We met up at Target, started vlogging, and we left Gavin's house like 1 or 2 on Sunday. So it was like a good day and a half of hanging out with him and really getting to see like behind the scenes of what he does. So first off, just as a person standpoint, sorry, my dog's in the back here. As a person standpoint, Huddy's a great kid. I think he's really talented in music, and he works so hard. Which I know you work hard doing everything. Like I work hard doing YouTube. Raymond works hard doing all of his stuff, streaming. I don't really know everything that Raymond does. He does like streaming and music and all that. But Huddy just is beyond he's very talented, and his work ethic is crazy. Just to start off, he was always like, when we were in Target, sometimes he started freestyling out of nowhere. He's like, oh, that was good. And he puts it in his brain. Like if he gets something, he just starts spitting out. And he was telling me, he was like, a lot of my stuff is freestyle. Like I don't do a lot of sitting down and writing. A lot of my stuff is freestyle, which is really impressive in my opinion. Like I know I couldn't just start freestyling. And then later that night, we got home, we were hanging out, and he was still doing all that. And then we sat down to watch, was it Jake Paul and Nate Diaz? We went to sit down and watch the fight. He didn't have his mic on him, so he wasn't recording, but he had his laptop, and he was finding beats, and he was making beats. And he started showing us unreleased music and like all this stuff. And first off, I didn't even tell him to bring all that stuff. I wasn't like, hey, let's make a song, or like, hey, let's do this while you're here. I just said, hey, let's do a vlog. I want you to video. I use your music for all my videos. I want you in a video. You're funny too. One of my good friends, I want you in a video. I never said anything like, oh, bring your computer, let's make beats. He just pulls out his computer and he's like, all right, I'm gonna do some music stuff real quick. And he didn't have to do that. Like, you're supposed to be hanging out with us, with your friends, and filming a YouTube video. And he's like, I'm gonna set an hour and a half aside to make beats and figure out some song stuff. So he's very dedicated, and I know he loves what he's doing. I've talked to him multiple times just about like his future in music, and he's like, I'll never stop. And I don't believe it. I believe him. I don't know why I said I don't. I believe him. I believe that he'll never stop. I think he'll keep going. I think he'll be 30 years old, even if he doesn't blow up off something, and I think he'll still be making music just for fun, because like it means so much to him. I know like it's what he goes to sometimes, like let his feelings out. Sometimes when he just wants to have some fun, he's bored, like it's like his go away. And it's the same thing with me for YouTube. Like I literally try to make a video every single week, and it's like it's what brings me the most happiness. I know that's what it is for him. I also think I genuinely think this. I genuinely I can't speak today. Oh my God. I genuinely think that he's going to make it one day. I think he's going to be on tour, playing songs, whether he's a top artist out there or if he's just, he's a known name. But I do think one day he's going to go on tour. I believe in him. I think he does great, and it's just the work ethic and like just something in life. If you never fail if you never give up. At some point you'll reach the goal. If you never listen to the haters, you never listen to all those people, you'll never not make it because you just keep going. And that's my thing with YouTube. Like I'm never going to give up. I don't care if I'll be 40 years old still doing the same vlogs. Like I plan to, vlog my whole life, like until I get bored of it or don't want to do it anymore. But I don't think I ever will get bored of it. But anyways, besides the point, I just really think, he's a great artist. Everything he does is great. I genuinely listen to his music. I think it's good. He works so hard for what he does, and he doesn't get enough credit for it. A lot of people hate on him, and I think that's stupid because one day, I guarantee you, quote me on this, roll this clip back, because I guarantee you, in like 5 years, this man's going to be on tour, and all the guys who are hating on him, oh, can I get tickets? Can I get backstage? I guarantee you. Because, like, look what he's doing now. Like, just don't even listen to the auto-tune. Because, like, yes, everyone's like, oh, it's so much auto-tune, but, like, just listen to what he's saying. He's so good at writing his songs. He might even end up being a producer. He might end up being a, songwriter for artists. Like, I think he'll do something in music. So I respect him. I respect the hell out of it because I know what it's like to have haters and stuff like that. Like I'll never hate on someone. you'll never catch someone who's hating on you who's doing better than you. Like everyone who's hating on Huddy for his music is like, well, what are you doing? What are you doing with your life? You're playing Fortnite and 2K at home. Like, what are you doing with your life? And he's just so dedicated. He found something he loved. He found his passion, and I'm proud of him. I love what he does. I think it's great. Yeah, that's pretty much all I have to say. Points to take away from that, like 5-minute conversation was, he's a great artist in my opinion. Go check out his music if you haven't listened to it. Don't hate on the man, because what are you doing? Like literally, what are you doing right now? You have no life. You're watching a River Vlogs video. That's how you know you don't have a life. You know you don't have a life when you're watching my videos. That's how you know you don't have a life. Joking, kind of. And then, like, the hard work he puts in. He could have been, playing basketball with us or playing video games or watching this boxing fight. I know he was working and making beats and doing all the behind-the-scenes stuff that you guys don't pay attention to. All you do is listen to this final song or final album. You listen to 5 seconds of the song, and you're like, oh, this is so bad. This first 2 seconds when he hasn't even done anything, it's just the beat. It's so bad. Like, just listen to the song. Listen to what he's trying to say. Because if he is, because he's not paying like thousands of dollars for autotune. He doesn't have the best autotune. So if he had the money with his talent, I think he'd be great. Because I think if he had better autotune, if he had better this, if he had better equipment, his music would be so much better. It's better than it already is. Like, I feel like it'd just be great. So don't hate on the man. Respect what he does. Go listen to his music. Links in the description, links everywhere. His name's Young Huddy. He's on every platform. Just look up Young Huddy. His new album was 16, and his EP was Love Letter. So go check it out. Hope you guys enjoyed this kind of, it's not a vlog. It was just a regular, whatever you call it, regular documentary. But yeah, vlog coming out Saturday night. It's going to be great. Hope you guys enjoyed this. Hope you guys enjoyed the vlog on Saturday. Love you guys. Peace.